Are you still filming? Why are you filming this? What are you doing?
Maybe it'll be some B-roll. Get it?
I quit. I don't want to do this anymore.
Tell me that wasn't the best.
I don't want to do this anymore. So this is one of our 2 beehives that we have put together. We got these off of Amazon. We don't have any affiliation with this company or anything like that. We just like the look of this one. It has a beeswax or a wax coating on the outside, so we don't need to paint it, which is nice. We like the way that this looks. And after putting it all together, it seems pretty high quality, and we're pretty happy with how it was to put it together. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through all the different components just so you can get an idea of what a beehive consists of. And a little disclaimer, I am an amateur at this, and I am currently taking bee school with our local Beekeepers Association, which I would highly recommend you guys do if you're looking into getting bees. And I'm gonna try to disseminate all the information that I've received in a manner that anybody could understand, because I know when I first started doing my research on getting bees, it was all way over my head and I couldn't really understand it. But sitting in class and doing a lot of online research, I have a pretty good grasp on it, and so I'll try to make it easy to understand. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, send me a message, anything. If it looks like I'm doing something wrong, by all means, let me know. So let's get to it. So this right here is the bottom board. This is a solid bottom board. You can also get a screened bottom board, which is basically the same thing but with a screen here so that you can see mites and whatever else fall down. So this is the base that the hive bodies rest on. So your bottom board, you don't want it to sit directly on the ground. A, because that will wear out the wood much faster, and B, there are certain animals where if you do have this up even just a foot off the ground, it'll make a difference in them being able to take the honey and bother the bees or not. One thing I've learned is that sometimes skunks and possums and things will reach their little creepy hands up here to try to take the bees out, and then once the bees fly out, they grab them and eat them. So when it's up higher, it's a little bit more out of their reach, and they'll have to reach up to go get it, and then the bees can sting them in the belly, which they really don't like. So that's pretty much it for the bottom board. And so this is one of our hive bodies, and it literally just sits on top here. And then this little guy right here, this is called an entrance reducer. And what it does is what it says it does, reduces the size of the entrance. So you see right now, this whole spot is open. And so when you first get your bees, you put this in just like that. So now the only spot that the bees can go in and out of is right there. And you basically do that because when you first install a package of bees, you want them to just focus on building up their colony, drawing out the comb, which we'll talk about in a minute, and just like focusing on themselves. This also makes it a lot harder for any robbers to get in. And then also when it gets to the warmer months, you can also just flip this over and there's a much bigger side you can put there. And then there's a lot of feeders that you can get that fit right in that slot. When you first get your bees, you're gonna need to feed them because they need to focus on building up the strength of their colony as opposed to going out and foraging. So you feed them a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar and water, which kind of kicks them into hyperdrive.
Same diet I'm on.
Just sugar and water?
1-to-1.
1-to-1. And that just makes them, you know, kind of kick them into overdrive, drawing out comb and that kind of thing. So the hive that we have here is probably the most common, at least in our area, which is Connecticut, and it's called a Langstroth Hive. It's kind of that prototypical hive you see with a bunch of these boxes stacked on top of each other and, you know, a top cover. So this is a 10-frame hive body, which means there are 2, 4, 6, 8, you guessed it, 10 frames in this hive box. So this is called a deep, and so there's 3 types of hive bodies usually for Langstroth hives. There's a deep, a medium, and a shallow. A deep is 9 5/8 inches deep. A medium is 6 5/8 inches deep, and a shallow is 5 11/16. Basically, it's just the depth of the actual box. What we're gonna have is 2 deeps and 1 shallow, and I'll explain why we do that later. So anyway, a hive body is basically just holding these in here, which these are the frames that the colony will live on. And you can see they're set up so that they all have these little spacers, these right here, so that way the bees can live and move in between each of the frames here. And there's also space down at the bottom so that they can go under it too. And basically the kind that we have here, this is a plastic foundation that already has the honeycomb built on there, and it's got a beeswax coating on it. This way the bees, when you first install the package, they can just get right going and they start drawing out the comb, which means they start putting little beeswax all over here to make these honeycombs much deeper, and then they can start laying eggs in there and making little babies and saving honey. The idea is you have 2 deeps on top of each other, and those serve as the main house for the colony. That's where they store all of their honey for their own survival, and then that's also where they keep their brood. So the reason why we would have 2 deeps and then a shallow is that the shallow on top will be our honey super, meaning that's where we'll collect the honey. Next up is this little guy. This is called a queen excluder. So we're gonna put this on top of our second deep. And basically these slats are just thin enough so that the worker bees can come through, but the queen cannot. That way the queen can't get up there to lay any eggs, and everything up there should be just honey. This is our shallow box. So like I said, fits right on top of there. And the company we got this from actually color-coded the little foundation so that yellow, these are gonna be for honey. So we have our queen excluder here, so the worker bees come in and they'll draw out the foundation and they'll fill it with honey, but there won't be any eggs in here. And basically the way that we add these on here is once the bees have filled out 7 or 8 of the frames in the first deep, that's when we put the second one on. And then once they fill out 7 or 8 frames there, that's when we put this on. So on top of that, we have our inner cover. And so this just sits on top here, because what the bees will actually do is they'll coat the entire inside of the hive with propolis or propolis, however you say it, and it's basically like a beeswax glue that sticks everything together. So this is kind of just to sit on top. The last thing is the outer cover, which sits directly on top, and then this kind of sits outside of the hive so that the bees don't get the propolis on there, so you can kind of easily take it off and on to do your hive inspections. That's pretty much it. We're getting our bees this spring and start doing some beekeeping stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for stopping by. Be sure to leave us a comment, let us know what you think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you get notified the next time we post a video. Thanks for stopping by. Bye!